Good morning, my lovelies. It's November 7th. Yay! And I'm sitting on the floor. And today's topic is a question that I asked yesterday. What would you do if you were handed or won $1 million or 1 million euros? Okay, it's a little different, but it's about the same in money, right? So what would you do? Some of you answered yesterday, some of you didn't actually see the video, some of you didn't answer. But I like the one person that said I was gonna give you some money, but that was kind of yay. So before we get into the topic, don't forget to subscribe, hit that little notification button, because we are getting weirder and weirder, aren't we? And give this video a thumbs up. And if you would like to share it on Facebook or social media, go right ahead right now. Before I answer the question, hit that share button. Let's see how many views we get. And let me get you started on how this question started. In 1990, hope all of you were born then, before that. We moved to Greece with my father and my mother and so on. I got engaged, got married, and moved into my father's house. That was my first home in Greece. First house in Greece anyways. And I stayed there for 15 years. So every time he would play the lottery or something, I would ask them, especially during Christmas and New Year when they give like a lot of money out. I don't believe they give the money out, but anyways, let's say they do. And it was always around $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. And I was always asking my dad, what would you do if you won $1 million? And he would answer in different ways. And my husband would always get into the conversation answering. My mom would answer. And at some point, they're like, you? And ever since then, I had the same answer. The same exact answer. Years passed, and the answer kept on being the same and the same and the same. And while thinking of the lottery a couple of days ago, I did go back on Google and search a place. And it's like, yeah, what if? I'll ask my subscribers or YouTube, whoever's watching, what would you do if you won $1 million? And I know there's going to be more answers because I'm going to ask the same question again today and tomorrow on different groups in Facebook that I'm in. And I'm going to get 1 billion different answers, but nothing like mine. It's been the same answer year after year, decade after decade, again and again. Are you ready for my answer? Yeah, it's kind of try not to get emotional. Are you probably going, what was those pictures? That was the place I call home, and I still call it home. Yeah, I try not to get emotional because do not get emotional, Maggie. When I was born, everybody knows I was adopted, right? By my mom and dad. And the first house we had was in Park X in Montreal. I can't remember the house. I kind of have glimpses of it. I could kind of remember a few things. The staircase, the kitchen. Like little glimpses that come in my brain. They just pop and they're like, yeah, can you remember that? Like little flashbacks. Then when going to kindergarten, before I started kindergarten that summer, is when we moved in that house. 38 Maisonneuve. It's in Dollar des Ormeaux, West Island. Yay for West Island, don't you love it? And that's the place that I call home. Still, I call that place my home. If you actually paid attention to the pictures, 38 was my door. My door. And the window, like right beside the side, the lower one, was my playroom. And there was a bathroom, then there was another room, like right behind that. That was my bedroom. I don't know. Every time the word home comes up, that's what pops in my mind. Don't cry. I'm telling myself not to cry. My voice is getting weird, I know that. We stayed there until my father and his brother, because he was living on 40 Maisonneuve, like right on top. His wife is still living there. We're on rent. She won't move out. Until they got into a fight. And they sold the house. And we moved like about 2 blocks down on 591 Hyman Drive. Like most of my life I've been, before I was like a adult, I was in Dollar Days or Mo, West Island. Yeah, that's why I got a French accent in English. But no matter what, Hyman was not... Yeah, of course I remember Hyman. The house in Hyman. I could probably draw you the picture. The same with Maisonneuve. But that wasn't like my home. It was just a house. All my thoughts, everything goes back to that house. So yeah, if I do win $1 million, or someone comes and gives me $1 million, no, I wouldn't pay down debt. It's a shock, isn't it? Frugal Mama or Maggie wouldn't pay down debt. I would probably go to the guy that owns the house. Here, take it. Give me my home back. And work at a low-paying job and not have enough to eat again. That would be me. That's the same answer that I've been giving for the past 30 years. There are nights when little thoughts pop into my head and they don't let you sleep, and you're like, talking to your dead father? I don't know if you guys do that. No, he doesn't answer back. We do not need a straitjacket. He does not answer back, but I do have a conversation with him. Me talking, and I hope he's listening up there. And I go to him, why did you sell our home? Give me a second. I said it's going to be a hard video. Didn't I? Just lit a cigarette, had a sip of coffee. I know when I have like really hard topics and I don't want to talk about it, I don't know about you, but my head gets itchy, my chin gets itchy, my neck gets itchy, my body gets itchy. And yeah, I try not to be emotional because that's not me. But my voice is not helping me today. Voice, trick them. Make me look comfortable. Yeah, I'm good. Anyways, like I was saying, that was my home. And yeah, I would go up to the guy and go to him. I don't remember what his name is, because I did see who owns it, and he's been owning it since then. I would go up to him and go, here you go. Have 9,000... What am I saying? Have 910,000. Yeah, I wouldn't give him the whole million. And leave. I want my home back. Probably would make somebody else do it. Because if he figured out that I'm so desperate to get it back, he would probably go 20 million. Which is not worth it. No, that house is not worth 20 million to anybody else. And I would leave like 90,000 on the side to pay taxes, stuff like that. and have like at least 20,000 on the side to be able to buy food, pay the electricity until I get a job. A basic job. A low income job. I know it would be hard to sustain that house, but I would do the impossible to sustain it. I bet you guys weren't expecting that. You were not expecting that answer, were you? I told you guys I'm weird. Nobody said I'm normal. That house has all my memories. And yeah, all my memories. I don't know why it always breaks my heart to see that I'm not living there. Even in 1990, when we had a conversation with my father, he's like, oh. My husband's like, no. I'm like, oh yes. And you're lucky to go to him. I don't play the lottery. Because if I did, and I did win, you would be in trouble. And they were all laughing, my mom too. Years passed, the same conversation, the same answer. Everybody answers, like everyone's answer was changing. Mine was like, no, I want to buy back my home. And they're like, yeah, but we had, after that, we stayed at 591 Hyman Drive. It's like, yeah, I would buy that back if I had the money, but I want my home back. I don't care to buy the whole thing, like 38 and 40. I just want to buy 38. It's one house, right? So you have to buy both. My aunt, like I said, is on rent because the guy owns it. And sometimes just imagining owning it. Ugh. Having that crooked 38, it was like that, and it's crooked, as you can see. It's the same way it's been since I first moved in there. Everything's the same. Just the trees grew. And the house, like, right on this side is like, I don't know why they made it. They haven't actually sustained it to be as beautiful as our house. Or is it just me looking at my old house going, yeah, that's home, and it's so beautiful. That backyard, the stairs to the backyard, everything about that place was magical. I wouldn't even mind the snow. Here it's like a tropical place, Greece in Europe, and I'm like dreaming of a place in Canada where there's snow. Like snow, minus something. Greece, I love it. It's great for vacation, great for everything, but I'm a pure, 100% pure Canadian. And I love West Island Mall. I would love to go back to the dollar store in Galerie des Sources. It's like a shopping center, mall, whatever you call it. It's a small one. Not a humongous one, but a small one. Kind of small. Go to the dollar store. Just go there and see those little things. Then go to Tim Hortons and have the munchkins. I even miss TD Bank. Because remember, I was there 2013 for a year. And of course, I was passing by when I didn't have work that day and my daughter was at school. And I did rent close to that house. And I think that's what killed me in rent. Because I rented too close to that house. And I was paying like over 50% of my monthly income on rent just to be close to that house. Doesn't make sense, right? The closer I found to that house that was renting, not a humongous house, I wouldn't be able to afford a 1,000, 2,000 rent house. But an affordable 2-bedroom apartment, that's what I found in 2013. I rented really close to that house. And nobody actually figured it out that I just rented that place to be close to 38 Maisonneuve. Ugh, Maisonneuve, I miss you. And yeah, if I should ever go back to Montreal, there's no way I wouldn't pass by 38 Maisonneuve. Just sit on the sidewalk, like right across the street. It's a little street, it's a one-way street. Sit there and just look at that house and go, what if you become mine? It's a dream, right? It's a dream. Ugh. Can't do it in one shot. It hurts too much. Let's see, what else do I remember? From West Island, from 2013, and from 1990 and before. Fairview, the Fairview Shopping Center. I would just walk there for, like, inside the mall for hours. Sit on those water little things that, and just dream. I would go to Centre Civic Center. That was French, wasn't it, at the beginning? And there's a library in there. And there's little picnic tables, like, inside. And I would bring food from home. That's what I did in 2013 with my daughter. We would go to the library. I had library cards, just me and my daughter, like 2 library cards. I would get books. I sit on those picnic tables, like inside the Civic Center, Centre Civic, and read. Put the books in the bags they gave us, the reusable bags. No, I didn't bring them with me. That would be torture if I brought them with me. And have our hot dogs, our homemade hot dogs from home. The juices that I had bought from Super C or the dollar store. And dream about staying there. I was about to leave my husband just to stay there. What happened? That was easy. I had my mom calling me every day. Blah, 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 blah. My husband called me. It's like, when are you sending money? I can't pay the mortgage here. And at some point, my daughter was growing. You stayed there in 2013 for almost a year. She was growing. Everything was getting on my nerves. And I didn't have a support team. Not even one friend. Not even one. Someone that would come over and go, hey, here's a box of donuts. Bring on the coffee. You're not alone. And I would still be in Canada in front of my house dreaming, I'm going to buy you someday. And what about the debt here in Greece? Well, working, I would be able to pay it back, won't I? Because I don't spend money. So yeah, that's what I would do with $1 million. Go make that guy an offer and get him out of there. It's like, yeah, here you go. It's in my bank account. I'll transfer it to your bank account. That's what I would do with $1 million. Boy, do I miss a lot of things. Like right beside, if you're in the West Island, you're hearing this, you're probably going, okay. So while turning onto Maisonneuve, there's a street like right, it's called Hyman Drive. And there's apartment buildings. And like right across the bus stop, there's a rock, like a humongous rock right behind the apartment buildings. A humongous rock. That was my rock. Even when I went down in 2013, I went and said hello to my rock. It was still there. Even before we left in 1990 to come to Greece, I went and said goodbye to my rock. And I'll be back. That's what I told her in 2013. I'll be back. I'm about to cry by a rock. Huh? Wrong. I'm crying about a rock. Oh God. About a rock? It's a stone. That was my rock. Hey Maggie, snap out of it. Light a cigarette. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. No, and it's still kind of, it's like, I would probably be driving a broke down car and starving myself of a lot of things to be able to afford a house like that, right? Even with the rent upstairs giving me money, it would be a very hard thing. But yeah, I would do it in a split of a second. Sometimes you see our heart does push us in the wrong way, but I would do it. There's like once a month I've been on the internet. Not now, it's been going on for years and years and years. I would go and search different places that sell houses in the West Island to see if my house was ever on sale. My house, it's nobody else's. So you can probably guess when I die, I'm going to be haunting that place. You better get out of there. I'm haunting it. What wouldn't I do just to have that house back? I would do literally anything. Let's see, then there was like Maisonneuve. We're going backwards on Maisonneuve. Hyman, and the other one was Spring Garden. I used to walk that road to go to school. Spring Garden Elementary School. I would walk that road every day just to get there. And of course in 2013, I did go there a couple of times. 3 times a month for a year. That's Bedside is stopped. Thank God I wasn't arrested for anything like, I think she's a creep. Spying on kids. No, I wasn't spying on kids. I was just looking at my elementary school. My daughter went to another elementary school, but I went to that one. What wouldn't I do to get that house back? So, yep. That's what I would do if I won $1 million. I would try to get my old home back. Sometimes your heart doesn't tell you what you're going to call home, what you're going to call your house. There's places you just call my house. But the word my home means it's in your heart. Why did that place stick to me, being my home? I have no idea. And yeah, I would do the impossible if I ever got that money. I was trying to save for that, and I could never. But don't tell George about it, my husband. He doesn't know that the answer's still going to be the same. We haven't asked each other that question since 19... I think the last time that question was brought up was 1997, 96. My father was still alive then. That was the last time that I popped the question again. And everybody gave their answers, and I gave my answer. It's been too many years, but it's still in my heart and brain. Yeah, if I do win $1 million, or $1 million pops up in my hand, I would go and make an offer. And just going on different sites to see if my house is on sale. I know it's not healthy, but it keeps me going. And of course, then I would get a trailer, an RV, and travel the world. But my first dream would actually be to buy 38 Maisonneuve back. Who told you people that I'm normal? I was never normal to begin with. But having a dream and calling a place home for more than 30 years when you haven't been there, it's like, can't explain it. That's my home. No matter who owns it, And the same guy has been owning it since then. But anyways, no matter who owns it in the future, it's always going to be my home. And no, even if they gave it to me for $1 a month of rent, I would probably go there and rent it. But anyways, my dream would be to always own it. Be back under my name this time. And no, I wouldn't sell it for nothing. Okay, it's time to end the video because I thought I could do this video without actually getting depressed and breaking. While sitting on the floor with my stand that I showed you guys yesterday, so I have no hands. But no, it did get me depressed again, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to snap out. So I'll probably be the giggly person that I was yesterday. And there's so many other places I could tell you about in Dollar Des Ormeaux in the West Island, that in Dorval, in Pierrefonds, like, Point Claire? Did you place high school? Yeah, I did go by that place. Well, as you see, this video has to end. Because the more I talk about the West Island, the more depressed I come. And it's going to take me a long time to snap out of it. But I hadn't asked that question nobody since 1990 something, right? And since my father died in 1999, yeah, my adopted father, that's my father, John. Guess what? I asked YouTube and social media. But that was my answer. And the more I ask, and the more we talk about it, the more depressed I come. What's going through my head now, and I look like frozen, like, frozen. I'm frozen in time. I close my eyes, and I open the door, and I remember every piece of furniture in the living room, like on the side. Even those 2 columns that the living room had an opening. And they were like 2 little columns, like half columns. Turning this way was the stairs. A little bit further was the bathroom with my bedroom and my playroom, the extra bedroom. Walking straight ahead was the closet with the mirror my mom had. Walking just past that, this side was her bedroom. And like right in front was the dining room with the kitchen. And like right across, like from when you open the front door, like right across was you can see like the other side of the house. Like you open the doors to go to the backyard. Walking into her bedroom, I remember every piece of furniture and every detail of it. And like turning right around, there was her closet. And right beside that was the bathroom. The second bathroom. I can still remember every piece of furniture and every little detail about that house. Yeah, I do remember Hyman. Of course, I remember the furniture. It was the same furniture we moved there. Like every detail of it. But it doesn't really hurt me to talk about Hyman Drive. But it does hurt me to talk about 38 Reasons. So going to that big depression again, I'm ending the video. And that was my answer about the 1 million. That I've been giving out for God knows how many years. And like always, I love reading your comments and everything. So another 365 days of frugal living is coming to an end. Have fun, everyone. Keep saving. Enjoy life. Because it's short, isn't it? Bye for today. See you guys tomorrow.